blockbuster trade, Mackenzie Weegar has been sent to the Utah Mammoth. A pretty large trade. You have Utah acquiring 32-year-old right-shot defenseman Mackenzie Weegar, and the Calgary Flames acquire Olli Maatta prospect Jonathan Castagna from Cornell University, and 3 second-round picks this season, including Utah's, the Rangers, and the Senators. So Utah, you acquire a 32-year-old defenseman here in Mackenzie Weegar, who's in year 3 of an 8-year contract with a $6.25 million cap hit. Weegar has been very solid over the last few seasons for the Flames, and even going back to his time in Florida. This year has been kind of disastrous, only 21 points in 60 games with a minus 35 differential. But if you look at this tweet from Jay Fresh here, it does show that Mackenzie Weegar's been incredibly unlucky this season. He only has a 93.6 PDL this season, so the team is not scoring when he's on the ice, and he hasn't been getting much help from the goaltending either. Weegar's put up really solid results, though, over the last few seasons. He's an aggressive two-way defenseman. He can put up 40 to 50 points a season while playing in all situations. He's an underrated puck mover, actually second in the NHL amongst defensemen in outlet passes. He's 5th in block shots per game, 3rd in blocked passes per game, 12th in puck battle wins. He has some snarl to his game. He's going to stick up for his teammates. He's going to lay hits. Weegar is one of the best D when it comes to retrieving and zone exits. And that's an area that Utah has really struggled in. None of their defensemen really have been able to do that consistently. So Weegar does seem to be a really great fit for Utah in terms of his play style. But in terms of actually fitting the timeline for Utah, there are some questions there. He's 32, so he's probably going to hit a regression curve here if he already hasn't begun to. And there's a lot of term on his deal, 4 more seasons after this one. So there is some risk that this could end up being a tough contract for the team. But if Weegar is able to maintain his production over the last couple seasons, or just only regresses slightly, then 6.25 isn't terrible with the rising cap. I do find it interesting that Utah is adding Weegar at this stage. Weegar's the type of player that usually more of a contending team would add at the deadline. And Utah, they haven't made the playoffs since they were Arizona back in 2020. So they're just getting back now. So it's a very interesting situation here. You don't see it too often. But I'm never going to hate on a team for going for it. And Weegar really solidifies this defensive core. You got Sergachev, Durzi, Schmidt, Marino, Cole, Weegar as your top 6 defensemen. And then Vejmelka and net on top of their offense, which is pretty lethal, especially in that top 6. So Utah, I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs this season. You look at the standings, they're in the first wild card spot right now. Only teams that they really have to worry about are LA and San Jose in the wild card race. Overall for Utah, I like the deal. I mean, you really didn't give up that much. 3 second-round picks, sure, it looks like a lot, but there's not really an elite asset. And that makes me question, with players like Caleb Desnoyers, Dmitry Simashev, Maverick Lamoureux, Tija Ginla, while also keeping their first-round picks for future seasons, is there a bigger move in store potentially for Robert Thomas? And for Calgary's perspective, they are not a good team. They are 5th last in the NHL right now. Ideally, sending out Anderson and Weegar will help with the tank, and they'll get one of those top 3 picks. This team is in desperate need of star talent. You've got Wolf in net, you've got Perek, but on the offense, you really don't have a legit difference maker. I like Coronado. I like some of the guys they have coming up like Matvei Gridin, Ethan Windenbach, but you definitely need that truly elite talent. And when you look at their draft capital, they've got 2 firsts this year, 2 firsts next year, 4 second-round picks this year, 2 thirds. You got 2 seconds in 2028. So they are acquiring some pretty high draft picks, but I think that they definitely want to focus more on getting those first-round picks as opposed to the quantity of the 3 second-round picks. You can argue that the Rangers pick is going to be in the high 30s, but I think you really do want to get into that 10, 15, 20 range. And Conroy seems to like having a variety of picks to try and throw darts at the board at, and it's not a bad strategy. But like I said, that elite talent is what they really need. Now, the deadline's definitely going to be interesting here. You traded Weegar, you traded Anderson. You've got guys like Blake Coleman, Nazem Kadri that they have a lot of suitors for. So are they going to capitalize on that value right now? Or do you wait till the offseason to move a guy like Kadri? And they do actually still have some intriguing players in the back end, like Olli Maatta, like Zach Whitecloud and Joel Hanley. I think Whitecloud could get some very solid draft capital back. But yeah, for Calgary, I'd give them a B plus on this deal. I think 3 second-round picks, pretty solid value. You get the prospect in Castagna, and then Matt is just a cap dump. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this deal. Let me know yours down below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.